Hello and welcome to the show. I'm on iRacing for some more oval racing. This time I am running the street stock cars and we're driving at the Charlotte Oval. This is an interesting track for these cars because it is basically flat out and turn left. The other track that these run on, the USA circuit, is a bit more technical, if you like. You've got to worry about braking. It's a much tighter oval, whereas this one here is just literally, it is flat out the entire way around, which makes overtaking a little bit difficult. We are doing a rolling start, and these always seem to be a little bit dodgy. You're not supposed to overtake before the green lights or whatever, but it tends to be the pole sitter will just go. The second the safety car goes into the pit lane, the pole sitter tends to just boot it, and we all sort ourselves out further back. Occasionally people do clever starts. When I've been on pole for one race, I've done a slightly different... Yeah, we're going already, but never mind. Okay, we're off. I think I'm in 5th, which is not too bad a start. I mean, I'll take 5th. I think I was supposed to start in 7th, but it didn't end up starting in 7th, and I got a better launch than the car beside me. And now we begin the mighty train that that goes around the Charlotte Oval, because, yeah, as I said, these cars, nobody really seems to like to sort of bump draft, if you like. I don't know if it's actually possible with these. Certainly nobody will give it a try. And so everybody hugs the inside, trying frantically not to let anybody through. If you end up out wide, you are in a lot of trouble, and you will just have a stream of cars go past until you can finally get back to the inside. And certainly if you fall back off the tail end of the field, you're never going to catch up, because everybody just sits in a long line. That is, of course, provided there aren't any shunts. This track is, shall we say, prone to huge accidents with these cars, because you are flat out around the entire way. I mean, they're not the fastest vehicle, 145, 146, about as quick as you're going to get them, but there's still some fairly high speeds, and if you get a little bit of a nudge from the car behind at those sort of speeds, it tends to put you around in a spin, and then other cars can collect you, and yeah, it all goes a little bit chaotic. When there is a shunt here, I'm hoping for a nice clean race. I'm actually just, well, for the first couple of laps I was a little bit behind on these. Now I've got a much better run through this first corner. There we go, now we can make it a 5-way train. At the front, I am not going up high because I'm not risking losing much. To be fair, I have got a little bit of a gap back to the car behind. From first to me is about the same gap as it is from me to the vehicles behind. The reason I love oval racing, I'm really thoroughly enjoying it on here, is that the racing, certainly on a track like this, you've got cars around you all the time until you have a shunt, of course. But for the most part, sort of from 1st to 5th, sometimes even like the first of the entire field can be covered in less than a second. And that's exciting, that's interesting. You get some very, very close racing, even if overtaking is incredibly difficult here. I do have a favourite overtaking spot, which we will try and do, hopefully at some point. You can be a little bit sneaky as you come out of this final corner. As you head onto the start-finish line, cars want to kind of drift out wide, and if you stay very tight to the inside of the course and you have a good run off this corner, you can sometimes sneak up the inside as the cars drift a little bit wide. See, the car in front's trying to do it on the number 4 there, just trying to find a little bit of space. You've got to be careful. Of course, with all of this, I'm actually going a little bit high there. Whoa, number 1 is having a bit of a wobble. I don't want to get involved with that particularly. Fortunately, I'm far enough ahead of the car behind for that not to have caused any problems. But that little wobble's now put me out of position, put him out of position, and now the cars behind are right on us again. That nice little gap I had back to them is all but gone, and now there's a big train, and now I have to be careful. God damn it. Now I've got to be very careful. There is an orange car in the rearview mirror that's getting a bit brave. Now I'm going to hug the inside. There was a lot of moving going on between 2nd and 3rd there as the back markers come out of the pits. That's always a scary thing when you're coming up to a back marker that doesn't want to get out of the way. Oh, the number 2 nearly ate to back marker. That was a bit scary. I am very glad I wasn't there. That's a terrifying thing. Well done, everybody. Oh, I got a bump. I felt that. I'm still getting a bump. God damn it, stop pushing me. Oh, number 8's gone. I'm not going to say I'm sorry about that one. I had nothing to do with it. I think it was I'm not sure who bumped him, but he was determined to push me around that final corner, and these cars don't really like being pushed. If you give them, well, certainly if you go around a corner, but they're not really a fan of being being pushed around. Bump drafting never seems to really work with them. As you will see, we're still in a big train up ahead. They're still now I've just fallen back a little bit, just a little tiny bit. On this group of cars. I will eventually catch up. There's a lot of weaving going on. Up there, it looks very dangerous. It looks like they're going to come together at some point. That's what I'm banking on. We're going to hopefully profit as they all have a big crash. Car behind me, just a little bit. There's just a little bit of a gap. Second is out a little wide. That's not where you want to be, really. If I was in third there, you'd want to be trying to get up the inside if you could. I mean, I'm not sure if this is quite the ideal line if you were hot lapping, if you like, around this banked circuit, but it's so hard to overtake in any way if you cover the inside. The car behind, the orange and grey car behind me, is trying a slightly higher line through this corner, which is probably a bit better line. I'm just following what I've got in front of me. I want all of the slipstream, as much of the slipstream as we can get, and try and be cheeky when somebody doesn't expect it. The only problem with doing this and trying to be cheeky when somebody doesn't expect it is if they really aren't expecting it and don't realise you're there, and then you can have a big accident. So, yeah, I've got to be careful. Like, there was kind of a gap there. Number one car was just about far enough ahead. It's all getting very close up here now. This is where, like, the start of the race is... There can be, of course, a first lap shunt. At the start of any race, the first lap's always the most dangerous. Now we're kind of settled down, we're coming up to the halfway mark. This is where things start to get more dangerous, as patience starts to run out from some drivers as they're looking for a way past, as we've been in this order for most of the race. Now they're all taking a very higher line through here. I'm going to stick to the inside, primarily because there's a car right up my backside that I don't really want to be there. We've got quick run off that corner and nearly ended up in the boot of the car in front. Number, whatever, is it 5? Yes, it is a 5. Looking around the outside, okay, well, you can give that a try, but if you get that done, I will be amazed, because I've never managed to get a successful, like, you can get a quick run off the corner, but you're always slower through this next one, and sure enough, you can't quite carry the speed. These cars just don't have the power. They're not quick enough for that to really ever work. Yeah, as I said, I've never seen it done successfully. Most overtakes are done on this bit here, or when somebody in front runs a bit wide through a corner and you can get up the inside. I'm having to have a little bit of a lift there, so I don't end up in front or in the boot of the car in front. Got a car going for the long way around. Not sure if I've got a little bit of a bump there. Okay, he's getting brave. It might work for him this time, because I had to have a lift and I'm a little bit slow. But again, he's still got this next corner to go the long way round on. Can he carry the speed in that? And again, I can just carry that little bit more speed into this corner. He may get, in fact, he's now running the risk of a car behind getting past him. Look, there's plenty of stuff going on, even if you're not overtaking constantly. Yeah, that number 5 is in a little bit of bother from another car further back. Ooh, I ran quite close to the grass there. That wasn't quite where I wanted to be. It's okay. We're alive, still, just about hanging on to 5th. I'm not too displeased with 5th. Considering there's not much I can do at the moment. What I need to do is I need to be a little bit further back here. I need a good run through this corner here, and then try and get to the inside of these cars when they're not expecting it on the exit. But I don't want to get too close to them too soon, otherwise you end up in the boot of them and it doesn't really work. Right, to the inside. Oh, number 1's there. The 4's in trouble. The 4 is in a bit of bother now because he's stuck on the outside of the 1, and I'm going to follow that car through. There's not going to be any space for him to come back down. There's a car behind me as well that's probably going to follow me through. This is why, if you make a little mistake, it only takes a tiny mistake. You show the tiniest bit of the inside of the track to somebody, and a train of cars will come past. That's the risk you run when racing as close as this. I'm just seeing the number 5 is still determined to go around the outside of somebody. It's not quite worked. Ooh, okay, I was maybe a little bit low on the course there. ran a bit of a risk on the inside. Yeah, I don't know what you call it on the inside. Is it apron? Is that what they call it? On the inside of the track? Yeah, you don't want to clip that too hard. You can kind of get away with it a little bit better on this track than you could on the USA circuit. But, yeah, still, if you bump that too hard, you'll spin these cars out. And with me sitting in 4th, with cars all around me, if I go for a spin, we're taking out a lot of cars with us. So, let's not do that. Let's not do that thing. Still, the number 4 is on the outside. Oh, I was a little bit wide on that one. Sorry. May have gave him a little bit of a scare. It's okay. We're fine. We're fine. I think we're now past him. He's now under fire from the car behind, who's probably going to follow through. Yeah, when you get stuck out on that outside, it's very annoying, because there is nothing you can do. You just have to sit and wait and you can try your best to fend off the cars, but it's kind of an inevitability that they're going to find a way past. Number one was a little... I'm trying to see any opportunity I can to get underneath the cars in front and pray that they see that I'm there. If I do, right, we may be a little close actually around this final corner, because we'll be quick into this, but we need it's the exit. It's the exit of this turn that we need the speed on, and we need them to run a little wide. Oh, we've got the run. Is he going to see that I'm there? No, he's not. Oh. We did have the run. We got a little bit of a bump. That's the problem with it. I got exactly where I wanted to be, but he wasn't caught. Oh, there's been a tag up ahead as well. It's all it's all getting a little bit feisty towards the end of the race with only a few laps to go. Ah, so close on that one. I mean, that ended remarkably well for a bump at that corner. That ended really... Normally you have a bump at them sort of speeds at that corner. It normally ends up with cars in the wall and everything broken. Somehow we got away with it. I didn't even lose a place. Neither of us lost a place in that one. That's quite remarkable. I think they're 3 wide further back. Whoa, a little bit too far on the inside. I was looking at my rear view mirror, and well, that was my bad. Yeah, run across the grass slightly. Okay, can we do the same again, only without the same result? Okay, whoa, we're right on the bumper of him there. Just another little nudge. Just little nudges going on. I think I got one. Yeah, I got a 1 caution for that run on the grass when I was... Yeah, don't look in the rearview mirror too often. It's dangerous, apparently. Right, we need to be quick out of here. The problem is I keep catching the car at the wrong points. The one time that it almost worked, we very nearly came to blow. We did come to blows. It very nearly ended badly. No, we're too far back. The car behind can't really do very much. Oh, the number 2 car's out wide. Number 2 car is out a little wide. He's in trouble now. I've got to get... yeah, I'm close enough. You're not going to fit in there, mate. Yeah, you're going to have to stay out wide now. Oh, come on. Really? I'm stuck on the infield now. I think I can just about get... Somehow. So it's possible there was a little bit of lag involved on that one, as the cars were just flickering in and out, so he may not have seen me. But well, that's twice now I've been up the inside and been bumped off. Well, somehow we're still in bloody 4th. I've got away with it both times, which is unusual, but never mind. I'm gonna have to hope that the car in front makes the same mistake, and sure enough, there we go. I will have that. I'm on the inside this time. I will take 3rd position from you. Yep, that's the risk you run. You just got a little bit wide. Now one car tried to follow through. Oh, there's a big spin. There is a huge shunt behind me. Tried to follow me. It's exactly the same thing that happened to me on the previous lap. Got run onto the infield, only the car wasn't quite so inclined to be friendly on that one. Well, I'm up into 3rd and have a little bit of leeway to the cars behind. Got a really good run on this front straight as well. Can I do anything about these 2 on the final lap? No point doing anything silly around turn 1. I'm not going to do anything too... I think I'm a little bit too far back anyway, so I can get really good drive out of here. No point doing anything too silly when you've got a nice, safe-ish 3rd place. Yeah, the cars behind are just too far back. Go on, try round the outside. I'll take 2nd from you. If you're not careful. There we go. Yeah, you're not going to do that one. Didn't think so. Right, can we get a really good run on the exit here? We're to the inside. We may... Oh, we're not going to do it. We're going to have to settle for 3rd. It was close, even being on the inside there. I'll take 3rd place, though. That's not too bad, actually. Only 1 shunt. I got away with a couple of bumps, and I had a couple of scary moments in that one. But yeah, a podium position in the street stock cars. I do like oval racing. It is very, very good fun. The oval racing survived with only with a couple of minor scrapes, and somehow made it on to the podium. Well, there we go. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.